Good. Well, welcome all. And good to be together. And
Mm.
yeah, we'll start today with, again, with a couple of teaching slides. I'll share my screen and then Jochen and myself will share our experience and go through those in the first part of the meetup. And then after we can have shares and questions as we do. So I'll share my screen. Um, And also we'll start with the intro.
In the phrase beneficial potency, like Joachim, you gave the example of the low-grade depression arising. Could you explain how the beneficial potency appear in that example, what that appears as, or how that is?
Mm. Yeah, there is. That's a good one. If we can't really figure out, like empowerment too also speaks to the beneficial nature of open intelligence, including all data, which always is like, how can negative data be beneficial? That doesn't like compute, right? Like both in the world, like how can war be beneficial, but also how can depression be beneficial? And I've really tried hard and it's impossible to understand that intellectually, but even if we could, it wouldn't help. So if we bring it, however, to our direct experience, and I want to share both like the beginnings and also then how that unfolded for me. In the direct experience initially, the beneficial potency is in that short moment of open intelligence where we find relief. It then feels more like the benefit is in the depression lifting a little bit. It's not so much like in the depression. It's in the effect of, so to speak, having that direct experience of open intelligence and the depression or I also want to be clear that I haven't been like clinically depressed. It was just like this more bleak, dark, low kind of feeling. So um but anyway, so with that, in a short moment, you could say the weight of that was lifted a little bit. It wasn't like it was gone completely, but there was more ease. I like that expression, like the ease of being was there, even though the perception was still of that like heaviness, subdued kind of feeling state in my body, you could say, that I don't really like. Like I like the state of my body after the right dose of espresso. That's like the kind of feeling that I like in me. I don't like that low grade kind of stuff. But to find that freedom within that, and then also to recognize that if I don't sit on a rock, I was in India at the time, and my temptation would have been to sit on a rock and rest myself out of that state. If instead of trying to do that, I just continue on with life, taking short moments whenever I remember. Often at the end of the day, I hardly even remember that I had that thought of, oh, today was a really depressing day. It's just like it's another thought, another experience that comes and goes. And often it is like these days, I still have periods now that are mellow, as I would call them today. They just feel mellow. And then I don't push myself. I don't, if I have lots of stuff planned, I see what do I really need to do and can I just give myself an easy day? And so that beneficial power of open intelligence is that warmth, that compassion towards myself, not expecting myself to be different, not feeling any longer that I'm a failure because I experienced this. I don't need to go back and work on my childhood. I can just like flow through my day. I might have thoughts about my childhood. I might have thoughts about myself, but they also self-release in that power of open intelligence. So that's the entry point to really experience, rather than understand, to experience directly the beneficial potency of open intelligence. With that also then opened up for me so much warmth and compassion towards myself. Like I saw how much I put myself through with all the expectations I've put onto myself of how I should be, how I should behave in the world, how I should be in relationships. And as that more and more lifted in this like newfound relationship to me and the depression, so to speak, also so much compassion and warmth opened up for other people. So it's in facing everything that I face in my own experience fully and openly that then also opens up a lot more understanding and compassion for other people. And so it's this like it's not always that we then suddenly feel this thing that we called negative is suddenly turning positive or something, or that the experience changes. It's more that in the flow of practice, often in hindsight for me, I began to see, oh, wow, I don't think I would experience the world today in this way had I not gone through this afflictive state with the openness and the understanding of open intelligence. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Like to
that's
some extent.
beautiful. So it's the direct experience of this is the intellectual, the direct experience of the ease of rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Amidst the affliction, while that continues to find rest in the
Yeah,
nature of mind. Yeah.
that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
You're welcome.